the water. So they see in color, and when they come up again, you won't see any ears because they actually have ear canals that are about 6 inches behind their eyes. No external ears, and as a result of that, they can't locate sound. They hear very well, but they can't find with the directionality. So you can kind of, realize the implications for both. They hear it out there, but where's it coming from? Manatees are strictly vegetarian. They're the only marine mammal that are strictly vegetarian. In the wild, they would be eating sea grasses and sea plants and eating about 10% of their body weight doing that. So spending about 8 hours of their day looking for food. Here, of course, we're feeding them because they've grazed anything that would be possible to keep them in their style. However, somebody took a wonderful picture of one of our manatees when the tides were really high and it elevated the water level so high, and they were underneath one of the palm trees, nibbling away at it like it was a snack. It was absolutely hysterical, upside down, just having a wonderful time. So they do eat any kinds of greens, but in the wild they're going to be eating sea grasses and sea plants. So we feed them carrots, bok choy, cabbage, romaine lettuce, green peppers, bananas, apples, anything that's in season and of very high quality. So we don't have to feed them clearly as much as they would have to be fed if they were in the wild, because they don't have to look for it and they don't have to do too much to get it. So, they are anywhere from 1,000 pounds to 3,000 in the wild, and the females are always larger. 1,000 pounds to 3,000 pounds in weight. Babies are born after 13 months of gestation period, and usually single births. Every now and then you'll see twins, and that's very exciting to see that happen. And the mom is the primary caretaker. She'll stay with that baby for in excess of 2 years, teaching it how to migrate, where to find food, what to do, and nursing it for the course of that time. So when you see pictures of manatees and little manatees with their moms, you usually see them snuggled up next to them. If they're over by their front flippers, they're probably nursing their young, because that is where their mammary glands are. And that's often a very endearing picture of a manatee. But you can imagine as they grow. When they're born, they're anywhere from 4 to 6 feet long and 40 to 60 pounds. So. Anybody know who manatees are related to?
Elephants.
Elephants. And when you get a good look at their faces, you'll see that prehensile lip that they have is really likened to an elephant's trunk, a shortened version. And with that lip, that top lip in particular, they'll use that to gather the vegetables, pull it into their mouths. Because they are herbivores, they don't need front teeth, but they do have 32 molars at the very back of their dental plate. Large dental plate. They'll pull that food back in and just grind away. And amazingly enough, they will replace their teeth. They're called marching molars. Over the course of their lifetime, as they wear out or fall out, they will grow new teeth. And manatees in a perfect world can live to be 70, so that's a lot of teeth, a lot of chewing. 10% of their body weight is a lot of chewing. How else are they like elephants? Well, underneath, sometimes we get a little mossy. It looks like they've all had baths recently. They do have the gray, thick skin, just like an elephant. They have hair on their body. Front flippers actually have toenails on them, just like the front legs of an elephant. And I've already told you about the nursing, but they nurse under that front flipper, which is the same place the front legs of an elephant is where an elephant will nurse. So those are some of the similarities. Now, manatees, we know, are an endangered species. Approximately 3,000 of them are in existence right now. But amazingly enough, they have evolved over millions of years with no natural predators. Nothing attacks them in the wild, but they are endangered. So we're their only enemy then. We are. And we can see evidence on Amanda here, the evidence of the boating accident that she happened to. But She recovered because the propellers are the things that sliced her. Manatees can survive that if they're caught in time, and that's something that all of us can do. If we ever see a manatee that looks like it's in distress, you call Fish and Wildlife and they'll come and get them. But it's really the impact that that boat makes on the manatee's back. Because they are air breathers just like us and protected by ribs, I told you their lungs are the top of their body. You see how difficult it is to sight a manatee, and since they can't locate sound when a boat is speeding at them, they have no way of knowing how to get out of the way. A boat certainly isn't going to see them in time. It's really the strike on their back that are so detrimental to them, as well as pollution. They are curious creatures. They like shallow waters, no deeper than about 20 feet, so they're going to be in the grazing areas where people like to fish. You leave lures or trash, they're going to go ingest that or get caught into crab trap lines, fishing lines, hooks and stuff, really put them at risk there as well. Everybody in Florida, unfortunately, wants beautiful green grass that goes into the aquifer and causes algae growth. If we use time-release fertilizers, we could sure help in that situation and maybe decrease some of that algae buildup. And the last and most prevalent these days seems to be something called harassment. And that's doing anything to a manatee that will change its behavior in the wild. There are state and federal laws that do protect manatees, and very stringent fines if you are caught violating them. But we really need to respect the manatee's wildness because they have evolved with absolutely no sense of danger. They have no understanding about threats. They have no way to defend themselves. They are totally passive animals. They have no aggression to them at all. And it's not something that can be built into them. They are just really at our mercy because of their wonderful, gentle behaviors. So if you are out in the wild, you'll probably see evidence of that because the workmen are in the waters right now. But if I were to go in the waters, they're going to come up and visit or you, because they are curious and they are social, and that's perfectly all right. And at this point, you are allowed to touch them with one hand and 2 fingers. But as soon as that manatee has finished its visit and it swims away, it needs to be allowed to swim away. If you're caught chasing a manatee, holding on to it, feeding it, separating it from its baby, doing anything in a sense that will make it more pet-like, we really don't do it any favor. I understand what a temptation it is to do things like that because I've volunteered here for almost 6 years now just to do this, to be near them, so I can understand the attraction. They are just amazing animals. You know that they are migratory, so if any of you were in Connecticut, you might have had one come and visit you this summer, because in the summertime when the waters are nice and warm, they do go that far. And as far west as Texas. But it's essential that right now, certainly they are all in these nice warm waters or at power plants along the coast of Florida where the emissions of the waters are nice and warm to protect them. But this has been a tough winter, and if we can do anything, to aid their existence, they are just an amazing animal. I thank you so much for coming to the program. Make sure you go to Lou's second celebration at 12:30. Go down below and get a good look as they're swimming around. You'll really see their features.